else you want to criticise Suzanne for while we're on air? Anything else? Anything that's been niggling that you feel you should get off your chest? The hair, the arse.
No, leave
No?
it.
Everything
leave
else
it.
is
Yeah,
fine.
leave it.
Leave it. I think so.
Okay.
That's good. I think leave it. Well done.
Now, can we just check what other big Carl features have we got today? We got Monkey News.
Got Monkey News
That's
coming up.
important, yeah.
Got a bit of got Rockbusters.
Uh-huh.
And the film thing. That
Still not got a name. The film thing.
Just me and a film and that.
Mm-hmm.
And
brilliant.
This week we're digging out the old the one when I'm in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Right, so you're going to make
Jack
an appearance.
Nicholson, brilliant film.
Yeah, brilliant film. It was my favourite film till I saw Godfather.
It's better than that.
Well, you know, yeah, some would say that, yeah.
No, it is. The storyline's more interesting than
I didn't know there was an actual answer. I didn't. Sorry, it's what's best?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Is it?
Nest.
Okay.
fact, Rick.
Oh, right. Okay. Where's Godfather? Because I want to know. Because I don't embarrass myself. Or is it my fourth favourite film or something? Or
Probably about fifth.
my fifth favourite film? Is it? Brilliant.
Talking of lists.
I suppose I like Kez and the Elephant Man. Do I?
Do you?
Lists, Rick. I don't know if you saw in the paper. I think it's on TV this evening. It's as voted for by viewers of VH1, the music channel, and they've basically come up with a list of the greatest pop culture icons ever. There's 100.
Where's Elvis?
So Elvis, for instance, is number 3.
Jimmy Dean in there?
James Dean is in there. I think he's a bit lower. Let me see. He's number 22. We got David Beckham at number 1.
Oh wow. Okay. Well then, so Robbie Williams is in there. So it's British bias.
Yeah, Robbie Williams is number 9. He's just below ABBA.
Oh,
Number
okay.
8. But interestingly, this is of interest to you, I think. Number 66.
Yeah.
The Office.
That's all right.
Well, it is, Rick. It's nice that the show is in there, and that's a very flattering thing. I'll tell you what cheapens it. I'll tell you what undermines it.
Yeah.
The things that are lower in the list than the show.
Oh God. So we've beaten.
Well, I'll give you a little test.
Yeah.
Higher or lower? Do you think this is higher, near the top of most important pop culture icons, or lower than ours? Okay, I'm going to give you Superman.
Well. International, been around since the 30s, one of the biggest icons on the planet. I'll say higher.
Lower.
But, yeah.
Ludicrous.
Okay.
Do you think higher or lower? Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon. This guy's been to the moon.
Well, I'd say lower then.
Lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that saying the people behind the rocket or just him? Because he just sat in it, he just sat there, he didn't do anything.
No, but it's the
what
icon.
he's symbolic of.
It's not how much work went into it.
Alright.
A few others.
What about things like Coca-Cola?
Oh no, they don't really count. It tends to be.
So it's not.
They don't feature. I mean, Mickey Mouse is in there. What do you make? What do you reckon? Tom Cruise, higher or lower? Tom Cruise is the #1 box office movie star in the world.
Well, presumably lower.
He's
then.
lower. He's number 81. Just about scraped in there. It really is a list drawn up by people who've just sat at home and looked along their video and book collection.
Yeah.
Office, yeah, that's good.
Well, I think it is a reflection of that, but it's always the same that they you do an HMV poll and it's Pet Sounds, Revolver, Let's Get It On, Robbie Williams Live Through a Lens, because it's you know it's the people that vote. It's a reflection of like those massive. You know, what's big at the moment. I was the most powerful man in comedy, let's not forget.
Yes.
1 year ago. Wonder where I'll be this year.
See, if that had been the laziest man in comedy, you'd have got my vote. Interestingly though, at number 26, Carl Pilkington.
Oh, imagine. Oh. All possibilities. Badly Drawn Boy on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, and little Carly Pilkoids.
Rick, Susie's emailed.
Yeah.
She wondered if you could give a massive hello to Hannah and Charlotte and all in the sixth form at Cobthall School.
Yeah.
If you told them to listen, would you give them a massive hello?
shout out. Yeah,
no
massive.
disrespect, man.
Where are they from?
I don't know, I can't quite pronounce it. Cobthall School?
Cobthall Massive.
Yeah.
They're probably known as. Yeah.
So good luck to Suze and Hans and Charles.
When did we start doing dedications?
Because I've always felt this is something that's lacking on the show. Interaction with the audience, you know?
Interesting only to the one person whose name's mentioned.
Of course. But that's how proper DJs fill out their time. They don't talk about monkeys and, you know, and all that kind of drivel.
Oh. Do you think monkeys are drivel, Carl?
Well, we'll still be doing a bit of monkey news. It doesn't matter how much you have a pop at it. It's coming up in a bit.
Yeah.
Got some good stuff this week. I know it's been a bit dull.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks.
Well, no, it's not been dull. It's been totally untrue.
As ever.
Bordering on the impossible. I mean, monkey dating, saying, what tree are we meeting in? You believe that sort of drivel. So, I mean, oh, God. Jonathan Ross told a story about a chimpanzee once. It was about, but it was about how it escaped from the zoo, and it jumped on a bus.
Alright.
Okay. Interesting. Funny.
I did that one.
But is there possibility in that one being true?
I did that one.
I think you said something like he drove the bus, or he was conducting it, or
I think
fares.
you said he took it to Spain. Do you see the difference? It's that little stretch of credibility that means it's all shite.
How is Jonathan Ross? Alright? Is he? I wondered how long it would take before his name popped up. How is he? How is the old mustache? Looking forward to his birthday Monday?
Oh dear. Yeah.
I don't know if any of the listeners, saw Ricky on Jonathan Ross's TV show last night.
Yeah.
What? I mean, man alive.
What?
Well, that's not an interview. How is that an interview?
What?
It's not, he wasn't interviewing you, he's like two pals just having a laugh. And if we it was like it was a family do, and you just happened to film it and stick it on the telly. My friend made a good point, it was like any minute his kids were gonna pop out, sit on that sofa next to you and go, oh, Uncle Ricky, do the little dance. It was unbelievable. I mean, what were you wearing, for a start? What's that? Some tatty old jumper like you've just been doing some Artexing and you've gone pot round with it, we're having a couple of drinks.
That was Lambretta.
Was it inside out?
Trendy jumper.
How do you keep getting things with the St. George cross on it?
What do you mean? That's the only one I've
got loads of stuff. T-shirts, jumpers, shoes.
No, I've got a Union
underpants.
What's it? A French Connection one.
But that's not my concern.
I haven't got any underpants.
That's not my concern, no, it's just the fact that, I mean, firstly, the fact that Ricky, for those of you who don't realise, Ricky is friends with Jonathan Ross. They are friends. Now, they've only known each other, what, a year, maybe?
About 2, yeah.
It's less, I think it's less than 2. And what worries me is, the friendship's too close.
What do you mean?
Because you're over 40. You see, it seems to me that after the age of 25, men should not be becoming really close friends with other men. It should be like you've had all your friends, you made them at university, at school, and if you were in any walk of life and you met someone at a party or a pub, even if you got on, you would not be phoning them every other day, like going to an awards dinner. What are you wearing, Jonathan? I've heard this conversation. What are you wearing? I think I might wear this. Is it too formal? Is that going to be too formal?
It's not true.
It is.
That's
you're always
true.
on the phone to him. You're always chatting. I'm just going to pop around. Oh, I'm just going to play some tennis.
Yeah, we play tennis.
Always hanging out with the guy, and it's to me it's unhealthy. And this, it's just bled over now onto TV.
Hold on, one minute.
Whoa. So you're there. It's like, I'll tell you what it reminded me of: Des O'Connor and Jethro coming on to plug his live video.
Or Tarvey and Kenny Lynch.
And then at the end of the interview, after they've been, mutually backslapping, he gave you a pet. Jonathan Ross gave you a cat as a replacement for your cat which died. Now, to me, that's an inappropriate gift.
Why? It's a lovely gift.
You should be. I don't think people should be giving pets as gifts.
Do you know what I've got in there for his
birthday? Imagine turning up to a wedding with I just bought you a cat.
Do you know what I've got him for his birthday? I've got him as child.
Well, you may as well, because that's what it's like, a cat to me.
I've got a small Rwandan child.
A cat to me is like, I've bought you this small child. I was going to sponsor him, but I got a bit of cash, I've flown him over. It's too intimate, it's too much responsibility.
Do you know what I think, Carl?
Go on.
I think Steve's a bit jealous.
I'll tell you, I've got good reason to be jealous.
What?
I've got good reason to be jealous, I just remembered this. Your birthday?
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross was there. Karl Pilkington was there.
Yeah.
I don't remember being invited. I don't remember being invited. Was I there, Carl? You were there. I don't remember being there.
Yeah, but you're with him all day and that.
Right, okay, well, yeah, but he sees you a lot. I mean, Jonathan, he's round his house every other day playing tennis, and who else knows what, swimming together and sat in his jacuzzi, cracking wise. What happened there? What happened there?
Oh, we've got to the bottom of it. Play a record.
The villa that we went to afterwards could only sleep
it may as well have been. How is the cat, alright? Yeah, what have you named it, Jonathan?
Ollie. Hey-ya! Outcast, XFM, 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. It's that time, isn't it? Rockbusters.
Three.
Come on, Carl, what you got for us?
Alright, well, do you want to say what the prizes
Actually,
are?
the prizes are bad this week.
Really?
We've got.
I'll be the judge of that.
Actually, what am I talking about? No, there's a 2-disc set, Rock and Roll Legends, on the cover there. We've got Buddy Holly, Elvis, Roy Orbison, and Little Richard. So
no one wants that, really.
Nobody's interested. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a DVD. I'm a Nick Cave fan and I wouldn't watch it.
No, you'd watch it once at most when there was nothing else.
Knowing me, knowing you.
No, I mean, Nick Cave's good, but when do you watch rock DVDs? Yeah.
Knowing me, knowing you. Great series, obviously, but once again, on VHS. Who wants it on VHS? Where are all the bonus features?
Absolute pointless
The only
so
thing
far.
that's half decent is this enormous hardback League of Gentlemen book, which is the scripts and all sorts of other stuff. If you're a League of Gentlemen fan, you'll love it. If you're not, I guess it's a good Christmas gift.
If you're not a League of Gentlemen, there's nothing in this for you.
No, exactly.
So...
So, you know, you can either enter for the hell of it.
A pile of rubbish. What's the story? Well, not as bad as the competition, I suppose, so... Go on.
Well, you know how it works. Cryptic clue.
It's not really cryptic, it's usually wrong.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Right, so the first one, there's 3 of them, you get them right, you win the stuff. First one,
I'll get them close, I mean, 'cause you could win this if you got one right, possibly.
if you go to Chepstow, you will.
Was that a clue, or is that a point? Is that something?
That's a clue.
Right.
All
Say
right.
it again.
If you go to Chepstow, you will.
And what are the initials?
Just S.
Just S.
Right. Second one, E.T. is upset. What's up with him? Alright. E.T. is upset. What's it upset for? What's wrong with him? Alright.
Different. So not cryptic, so... Go on.
M.E. The initials there.
N-E?
M.
M-E.
M for mother. M.E. Alright. And the third one, I had a tape with,
Jesus. Imagine Bob Holness doing this against, in the gold run, against the clock. Right, I had a tape, I had a tape with some,
listen, I had a tape with, like, Humpty Dumpty on it, and Hickory Dickory Dock and that on it, but I broke it. Alright?
Constantly listening to trying to figure them out.
Trying to solve the crime.
Exactly.
Who pushed Humpty?
Yeah.
The initials there, B.R. Right? So, first one, if you go to Chepstow, you will. The initial S. E.T.'s upset. What's up with him? Right, what's up with E.T.?
Dunno.
What's up with E.T.? E.T.'s upset. What's up with E.T.?
Yeah. The initials there, M-E, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through that one more time.
Yeah.
If you go to Chepstow,
They're
you
like
might.
jazz questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Just reform.
Exactly, yeah. E.T.'s a bit upset. What's that? What? Hey, dude, what's the matter, man?
And I had a tape with, like, Humpty Dumpty on it, Hickory Dickory Dock, stuff like that. Doesn't work anymore. What's gone on there, right?
What's gone on there?
B.R.
First time we said, well, you broke it.
Well, I broke it then.
Is that important or not?
Yeah. I broke it.
And it's B.
B.R.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, well, you can text if you have a mobile phone. So everyone, there's no excuse to not take part. 83XFM is the text, 83XFM, or the phone number. No, we're not doing the phone, obviously. We don't
I know what the B might stand for.
And otherwise it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, it just sucks the life out of me, just listening to Rockbusters.
Something to bring you down even further, although it's a beautiful, beautiful tune.
Oh, beautiful.
Ryan Adams has got a number of different albums out at the moment. One is called Rock and Roll. It's not great, don't really bother with that one. Do dig out, though, Love Is Hell Part 1 from Ryan Adams. It's available at different places, and you'll find this on it. Track 5, Wonderwall. His version of Oasis is wonderful.
Absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
It's a treat. It's XFM 104.9.
Yeah. Fortune Faded, Red Hot Chili Peppers on XFM 104.9.
You, of course, don't ever take the tube anywhere, Rick.
No.
You haven't done that for years.
No.
Take cars everywhere, or you walk.
Mm.
Or you get a lift from Jonathan. But me, I'm still forced to take the tube, which is also very embarrassing at the moment, because
You're not forced to take the tube, are you?
I am.
What do you mean you're forced?
What, am I made of money?
Well, you could walk.
How else am I going to get about?
You could walk.
What?
You can drive. Why don't you buy a car?
Oh yeah, driving into the centre of town? Congestion charge, are you paying that? Are you a fiver?
What do you think of that, Carl? Hey?
Oh yeah, 'cause he's Mr. Flush. He's Mr. Lavish with his cash.
No, I've moved in closer, I know, I'm not moaning about it, I walk everywhere now.
Well, good,
Yeah.
I'm pleased for you.
Yeah.
I'm
I moan about it, but then I sorted it out.
But you're always whinging anyway, let's not get onto you, Carl, it's always you.
Yeah.
So,
What's up with Steve today, do you think, Carl?
I don't know, what's going on?
He's having a go, isn't he?
Yeah.
it's not helping those posters being on the tube of us. That's not helping. I don't know if you've seen those posters. You'd obviously don't go.
I saw the, yeah, I haven't seen one or two, but.
Everywhere I go, I'm stood next to one. I can't avoid it.
Yeah.
I'm on the tube waiting. I look around. It's us again. And it's so embarrassing because it looks like you're stood next to it deliberately.
But I can't browse in HMV now. I went last week, and you keep coming up to pictures or cardboard cutouts of Brent, right?
Yeah.
And I was in a bookshop, and I was looking at there's a big almanac of comedy. Right, and I was just looking through it, just browsing, right, killing time, and there was a picture of me, and just as I started looking at this right up at the office, a tap on the shoulder, it was one of the worst there, said, do you mind signing some script books? So she saw me looking at myself.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go, I just turned to that page then.
Yeah, I was in a bookshop looking, there was a big book on sitcoms, it was like the A to Z of sitcoms or something like that, and I genuinely was looking up other shows, because it was about other comedy shows, and I was looking something up, guy that I knew came up to me, like that, oh, and I just started like, I'm just looking, Robin's Nest, where's that? Birds of a Feather, I just got to, because it's like, I'm interested in comedy before the fact I got in comedy, so I will buy a book on comedy.
Exactly, yeah.
But on the tube, it's really awkward, because it's like, it's, everywhere I walk, they're kind of round the corner, so you don't sort of expect them, and then I'm sort of running now from kind of corridor to corridor, pillar to pillar, to avoid being stood next to this picture, in case I look like someone who stands next to his picture, trying to get recognised.
Imagine that! Of course, Carl didn't want his little round bald head on that.
Yeah. But, I was on the tube today, and, you know, sometimes you can't help but overhear a conversation.
Yeah.
And, this one woman, there were two friends, they were sat there, and one woman said, she just said, I must tell you this. I was in the pub last night, and, Dave called, and I said, Dave, he said, I can't hear you. I said, Dave, he said, I can't hear you. So I held the phone up so he could hear all the noise in the pub. Ugh.
That was it?
That was the anecdote. That was the story. And I wanted to lean over to her friend and say, unless this woman has given you a kidney or saved you from drowning, do not be friends with her. Break up this friendship.
She hasn't got anecdotes.
Because what's that? And I've got acquaintances like that where you speak to me, get cornered at a party, you know this is the person who has not got anecdotes. The anecdotes, they're not stories. That's it. It's like you're expecting for something else to happen. It never does.
Well, I was with Danny Baker yesterday.
Oh yeah.
He's brilliant bloke. First time I met him, and we got on like a house on fire.
Put his number straight in your mobile.
Well, we've exchanged numbers, because he's got some great anecdotes.
You had to delete mine, because you only got so many.
I might write with him, because he's funny, he did this thing, and it was absolutely brilliant. He's doing he wrote a documentary, and he's a great guy. He's funny as well, you know what I mean?
It's this, I tell you what, it's the showbiz friendship. That's what I loathe, I think. It's the fact that, like, somehow, you're sort of, because it's like you haven't got to go through the formalities of making friends with someone, because I respect your work, you respect mine, you know I'm a funny guy, you've seen my work. Let's be friends. Yeah, of course. And it's like, it's a horrible, kind of icky sort of...
Listen, Steve, me and you are going to stay in touch, whatever. So, I mean, probably not my birthday this year, but next year, we'd have known each other, 7, 8 years? Yeah. So, come to that one.
Yeah.
Well, can I
Do I need to wear the waiter's outfit again?
Oh, God! Oh, dear. PIMP by 50 Cent, or 50 Cent, as I call him. XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, you're Stephen Merchant, there's little Karl Pilkington over there. Alright?
Alright. Yeah, not bad. Listen,
oh, he's perked up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back in the area. Well, you got something to say?
I was kept quiet in the first hour, I'll let you get on with it now.
What you got to say? Is it, just have a guess, is it about monkeys, Chinese people, or little gay fellas?
It's about little gay fellas.
Is it?
Of course it is.
Go on.
Yeah, but not because I like
Sorry, I'm just making a
that.
tally, let me just note that down.
Yeah.
No, but it fascinates me, doesn't it? All stuff like that, that's a bit, sort of different.
Yeah.
And that.
What,
you were showing me.
Like monkeys and Chinese people?
Well, and that thing you were showing me before, the half woman.
No, you weren't impressed with that?
Well, no.
You know that woman that's got two pieces of genetic makeup in her, where it was two separate sperms and two separate eggs, fused, and she came out as sort of a normal person, but she had this residue of genetic material, and so she's had 2 children that aren't genetically the same as her.
Yeah.
Right? And they showed it in the paper by doing her half white and half black to show the 2 different, you know what I mean, just for, he went, does she look like that? I said, of course not. He went, not interested then.
Of course. Yeah.
He said, how could I tell? Not interested in that at all.
Yeah.
If I'd have said she'd given birth to a monkey, fascinated, straight away.
Well, anyway.
Go on.
But that's what I'm saying, I'm just interested in weird stuff, right?
Yeah. So am I. That's why you're on the show.
Talking about little gay fellas and that.
Yeah.
Northern Line, the underground tube thing.
Not the boy band.
Right. Yeah. Apparently, on a Saturday night, late, I don't know what that is, what time late is in the sort of gay community, as we've discussed before. But apparently, the last carriage on the Northern Line, they all get in there.
What do you mean they all get in there?
They sort of take over the last carriage of the Northern Line on a Saturday night.
Right.
And it's like the gay carriage.
Right. And what exactly do? They just travel about on the Northern Line?
No, just have a chat and that, and like, just,
stick on the communards.
How do you know?
Someone told me.
See, this, I mean, I'm glad you've informed me, because it wouldn't bother me, but I feel I should be told about these things, because I'm likely to stumble onto that carriage by mistake, and it's not that it'd be a problem, it's just I might feel a little uncomfortable if there's a lot of people in, you know, the black, the black leather gear and the moustaches, the hats.
I mean, to be quite honest, they'd be annoyed. Of
course.
Because they'd be expecting something a little bit, you know.
What do you mean?
Well.
They're good looking, most of them.
Sure.
No, they are good looking fellas though, aren't they?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
They're just a lot of the gay, you know, they look after themselves and that and look good. Keep themselves.
Some of them work out, yeah.
You see, this is the problem I have, because there's a lot of areas in London and elsewhere in the country where there's a sort of, you know, it's a gay thing, you know, it's a gay public toilet, or I don't mean it's gay public, it's not like a legal thing.
You mean it's a cottage?
But it's a cottage, or whatever. I mean, I remember being, in Bristol once doing some...
If you're confused when I said it's a cottage, that's a term for where gay people go in toilets to sort of meet and greet each other.
Well, I
shake hands.
I was at, the public library in Bristol once doing some studies from a sixth form, and, I think the toilet was closed in the library, and I was dying for the toilet, and I popped out and there was a public toilet behind the library. I thought, I can't believe my luck. Dashed down there, it was about 6-ish in the evening, I was working late, I was studying hard. I went in there, and I swear to God, I saw 2 fellas. With the...
Is that unusual? Or?
Well, no, they were up to some hijinks.
What they're sort of like...
Do you know the thing that struck me?
What?
One of them had bright red underpants.
What do you mean?
They were actually doing, you know, they were having some kind of, you know... They were having relations. They weren't even in a cubicle, they were out in the...
Where were the underpants?
Around his ankles.
No!
Yes, I swear to God, I'm not going to make this up.
What were you?
I don't know, like, how old you are in the sixth form? 16 or whatever, 17?
Yeah, and what did you do?
Well, I actually said...
you just joined in? What else did you do? You might as well.
I actually swore, I said, oh, F me. And then I went, oh, no, don't. No, I did, I swear to God. I did. I went, oh, F me. No, don't. Because I was panicked, and I ran out. And as I was walking out, a guy was coming in, I went, oh, hang on, mate. And then I thought, I better not tell him. I'll let him find out for himself. He might be going in there to join in. He might have got a call. Come down. We're going crazy on each other's ass. Come down.
It's conspiracy of Bristol.
But what annoyed me
my
was,
lover, want a bit of cock?
What angered me, Rick, was the fact that I wasn't notified, that there was not, I didn't know.
There was no sign.
And afterwards, I spoke to other people about it, and they said, oh, it's a famous gay home. But what annoys me is I feel that they should put an ad in the local press, a big paper, like once a week, like, you know, when they recall cars if they're damaged or there's a fault, or Currys might bring back stuff if they're sort of faulty goods, they say recall and we'll give you money back. What do you suggest? In the gay community should put an advert in that just says, these are the hot spots, this is where you're likely to find us doing some stuff. If you're not gay and you might feel uncomfortable, avoid them. And just list them, or little pictures, or, you know, a map or something. Anything, because like the gay tube thing, I don't know that.
1, 2, 3, railway cuttings.
Well, not that. It's more of a sort of social awareness thing.
Yeah.
So people, you know, don't feel uncomfortable and...
But they don't want it exactly to be like, sort of walking in under a neon sign.
Why? It's legal.
yeah, big arrows. Oh, as if.
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
Because, well, it's actually a public place. I don't think cottaging is strictly legal.
But even if it's specify what they're going to do.
But some people, some of them aren't, I don't think it's probably seen gays, is it? Yeah, but it's not the people that go out and they say I'm gay and I like Barbara Streisand. It's presumably the sort of people that do that are people that either aren't quite out yet, or, do you know what I mean? Or they're doing having a quick one away to their wife and kids.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know completely how it works, but I'm sure there probably isn't a place like, free bumming here tonight.
No, there is kind of.
What?
Because I was walking home one night through Soho, right? Just 'cause that's the way I have to go, not 'cause you know what I mean? I wasn't going there on that, right? So I'm walking through, right? And, I was handed like a card, which was like a gay event, right? Now that's a bit weird, isn't it? That straight away he's presuming that because I'm there that time of night.
Well, and you've got a shaved head, and you sort of like, you know, you sort of like quite look after yourself, and you've got some nice clothes.
Yeah, but it's still,
and you look like a little bit rough, don't you, from Manchester? You look like a northern rent boy who comes down to stand outside McDonald's.
But the card was rubbish, right?
What do you mean?
Had this fella on it, right, all sort of greased up and that.
What would you look?
Just having a look what he'd handed me and that. Just having a look. Picture of him, sort of sailor's hat on, tan body, like, just his arse out, like that. And, rubbish slogan, right? The best bum in W1.
Is bum there a noun or like a verb?
What do you mean?
Well, to bum. Is it like, get the best bum you've ever had? Or, he had the best bum?
I think it's just
I don't suppose you asked.
No.
I don't suppose you called the number to check. What do you mean exactly by this? Does it mean you've got a great arse?
Do you mean I will be well bummed? Or do you mean you've just got a good...
Come on now, let's...
Well, just a final point about... Because I asked my friend how it all works up on the Heath, because I live in Hampstead Heath, near Hampstead, and I was I didn't want to go walking and get myself involved in it.
How can you get involved?
No, but again, I didn't want to walk
oh, you believe it. I couldn't say no. Oh, my wrist, it's knackered. What do you mean? Well, I was there for about 2 hours, I must have gone about 43 of them. But, you know, I didn't like to say no, because they were so pleased to see me. Oh,
but it's not so much the fear of that. It's not
good skiing practice. I was doing 2 at a time for a little while.
It's not the fear of that so much as the fact that, again, you don't want to gate crash someone else's party. Do you know what I mean?
No.
You don't, if there was a straight couple having sex, you'd want, oh, I'm sorry, and you'd want to avoid that area.
Of course.
But I find, so someone told me how it works, and apparently you just go and, like, sit on a bench or something, and then a guy just sits on the bench, and they just look at each other. There's not really anything said, it's just a kind of nice evening or whatever. You know, I guess it's like 2 in the morning or whatever. And then they go off in the bushes and ding dong. But it's like, I don't know how that culture's developed.
I love this programme.
But why can't that be the case with women? That would be amazing. You just go out to the park, and like 1 in the morning, you just sit on a bench, you just...
Be like a scene from Gigi.
Exactly.
Where he's just walking along with the perambulator.
Yeah. Exactly. But that would be a joy if there was none of this formality. You've got to talk to them, buy them dinner.
Oh, you're joking.
Romance.
Oh, no.
Just this kind of informal thing. It'd be great.
So what would you do then? You go up to a woman and go, come on.
Yeah.
Let's stop mucking around.
We know why we're both sat on this bench.
There's a nice bush over there.
Yeah.
Let's have a bit.
Yeah, and then she'd go, yeah, great, thanks. I'm killing some time before I, pop into town. Yeah. That'd be perfect, thanks. You make my weekend.
So you're jealous of gays as well as me?
In a sense. In a way.
What do you think, Carl?
Let's put a track on.
Why? You getting scared now?
You brought it up.
Is it getting too close to the bone, so to speak? Radiohead and They're There on XFM. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
I was talking to my dad the other day. He was saying he lived in Bristol and my family lived in Bristol, and so they can't really listen to the show. And he said, I was thinking of buying your grandparents a digital radio for Christmas so they can listen to your show. Imagine them listening to that last link.
Like you.
And then me seeing them at Christmas. Steve, you never told us you saw 2 blokes bumming.
Yeah, and then what's that about you jacking off 30 men?
Exactly.
You've got to say no, lad. I know you're a nice fella, but just because they want relief, you're not the man for it.
Oh dear. They must be so proud.
Yeah.
Rockbusters.
Yeah, they'd be loving this, alright? 3 clues were, first one. If you go to Chepstow, you will. Right? The initial was S. That was sea horses. Alright? That was the answer there.
I'll give you that.
That's fair enough.
I'll give you that.
E.T.'s upset. What's wrong with E.T.? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, right.
The initials M.E.
Yeah.
What's up with him? He was Missy Elliott. Alright, Elliott.
Doesn't count at all.
What?
Doesn't count at all.
Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? What's wrong with you?